What is happening, my MS Gym family? How you guys doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm Trevor and I am the creator of the MS Gym. If you are new to the MS Gym, I just want to welcome you and say you are absolutely welcome here. This is your home for exercise. This is your gym. This is your place where you learn how to move so that you can combat the effects of MS by teaching your brain new ways to work around that MS damage, to restore your balance, restore your strength, restore your coordination, and really just to restore the quality and the freedom in your life. So today, what we're going to be working on, we're going to continue working on our counteracting peg leg, all right? So earlier in the week, we talked about counteracting knee kiss, and now we're doing counteracting peg leg. Yesterday, we talked about removing spasticity in the muscles that cause peg leg. And for those of you who don't know what peg leg I'm talking about, it's the circumduction gait, swinging out to the outside. So taking the step, your body won't go this way, so you actually have to lift and swing out. And oftentimes it's a super spastic leg having to swing out and come around. So typically that is caused by overactivity here, overactivity here, overactivity here, and overactivity here. So this whole line spiraling down this way, okay? Coming down like that. So yesterday we released that line. So once we release muscles and then we activate muscles, we have to do strength exercises that are going to counteract them and work either the functional opposite or the functional synergist or helper that is going to keep you out of peg leg, okay? So today what we're going to go over, we're going to go over a couple exercises on our back and one on our side. Now, I am on the floor, but you can do this in your bed. And if you do this in your bed or on an elevated table or something, all you need is something like this that's about a 14 to 16 inch like storage bin or something along those lines, or a chair or a stool, something that you can turn upside down in that bed so your feet can be on it. In centimeters, I don't know what that is. Sorry, Europe. I know, right? Americans. So anyway, so you need about a 14 to 16 inch platform like this, because we are going to be working hip flexors. We're going to be doing wide hip bridges, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do a hip abduction on your side that's kind of modified for you, okay? All right, now, before I do these, I just want to tell you, like, these exercises for some of you are going to be very challenging. Not because they're challenging exercises and it's too much. It's just the body hasn't isolated these muscles in so long, it's going to take you some time to figure it out, okay? So take your time, go slow. I have assistance tools like straps and all that kind of stuff, and we'll go through it together, okay? So after we've gone through and we've released all our spasticity and we've stretched it out, what we want to go first is we want to go into a hip flexion, okay? So you're going to sit or you're going to lie on your back. All right, and I think I might need to move that screen down just a sec. Okay, so you're going to lie on your back. Oh, much better. Okay, you're going to lie on your back, and legs are going to be up. Okay. Now, one of the major issues with peg leg and all these weird hip things is your diaphragm. Okay, so typically called the MS hug. All right, so what you want to do, your diaphragm is up this way and it's down like this, so it makes this V shape. What you want to do is you're going to be on your back, but you're going to get in and you're going to massage out that diaphragm, okay? So for those of you who've been asking about MS hug, this is a quick review. There's a little bit more of an in-depth video that I've done before that I'll see if I can find, okay? It's in the members corner though, in the membership, okay? So it's right here and we're coming this way. All right, so your hands are going to be on your ribs. You're just going to relax, and I just want you to work your way down your ribs, okay? Because if that MS hug, that diaphragm, and the top of that rectus abdominis is overactive, it's going to be pulling you forward, and it's not going to allow your psoas muscle to actually kick in, okay? So it'll inhibit it. Now, if this is tough for you to do this with your legs up, then just chill. Put your legs down and do it too, either way. And this can be really sensitive on people, and you want to go all the way down to your ribs, okay? So you want to do this for about 30 to 45 seconds just to get the brain just to tell the brain, like, hey man, we're gonna use our, yo dude, we're gonna be using our hip flexor, we're not gonna be, and our psoas, we're not gonna be using you, Mr. Diaphragm. So diaphragm, you need to chill, hang out, let somebody else in the game for a while, okay? So I'm just rubbing through, right through here. So I'm kind of doing this kneading motion with my hands, okay? All right. Now, to get your feet up, so probably use your hands if you need to get that leg up, and then abs in, and then up, and you get those legs up, okay? Now, on your affected leg, you may have two affected legs. I don't know, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get up, and we're going to take this strap, and we're going to put that right behind our knee. And then we're going to come down. Our shoulder blades are going to be locked. Now, the key to this exercise is, guess what? Pelvic tilt, all right? So we did a whole series on pelvic tilting last week, or a couple weeks ago, and the pelvic tilt is the key to get your hip flexor to fire, all right? People that have mastered the pelvic tilt, all of a sudden are like, oh my gosh, I'm walking without poles. I'm walking with poles. I'm off my walker. I'm walking unassisted, all kinds of stuff. So this exercise will help, but you've got to keep your pelvis tipped back. So you've got to take right here, this low back, and I want you to just gently push that to the floor. If you don't feel that on the floor, then you're still arched. So just slowly take your hips, or think about taking your belt buckle and pulling that thing back. Now to keep that there, you want to pull those abs down, because you don't have your glutes to help you when your hips are in flexion like this. So you really need to think about tipping that pelvis back, pulling those abs down, and then upper body wise, you want to walk your shoulder blades down. You don't want to be all shruggy shrug up here, okay? I don't know what's going on. You do know what's going on. Hip flexion's going on, okay? So we're going to put this around here, just like this. We're going to lock those shoulder blades. So even though you have a strap, don't get all shrugged up like this, okay? We're going to lock those shoulder blades down. Now, pelvic tilt again. Now, what you're going to do is this leg is going to be held here. This leg is going to slide down the step a little bit. Now, real quick, if you can't keep your leg on and it wants to do this, and it wants to do this, you may need to spend more time right here, okay? Right on that inside quad and that rectus femoris. You got to get those going, because what that's doing is it's trying to push you into extension, or you want to release these muscles right here in your QLs. We did rectus femoris release and QL yesterday. Surprise, surprise, why? So you could do this, okay? He does have a method. Woo! All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop that leg down. This leg's right at 90 degrees, okay? Abs are in, tip that pelvis. What you're going to do is you're going to inhale, and see, it's a short motion. I'm only moving my leg this much, okay? It's a short motion. So you're going to inhale, tipping that pelvis back. You're going to exhale, pull that belly button down, and then pull that leg back towards you. If you can get it all the way to your chest, that's cool, but really you only need to go to about the edge of your chair, okay? All right, so let's go 5 of these on each side, okay? All right, inhale. Exhale, breathe out. And you're using this. You're using your core to pull that leg back. You're not just trying to pull with the leg. I want you to use your entire core right through here to pull that leg back. So we pelvic tilt and pull. Look at my hand. Pelvic tilt and pull. Pelvic tilt and pull. All right? Ready. I'm going to hold this with one hand. You guys can hold it with two, but I'm doing this so you can see me pelvic tilt. Inhale, pelvic tilt, and exhale. Now maintain that pelvic tilt. Just bring that leg back to where you don't feel that back arch. Inhale, and exhale. 2. Slide that leg back. Don't let the low back leave the floor. Inhale, and exhale. 3. Inhale, don't let the low back leave the floor. Inhale, exhale. 4. Inhale, don't let the low back leave the floor. Exhale. Good. And relax. Okay, switch that band to the other side. It's the exact same form. Okay? All right. So slide that leg down. Tip that pelvis back. Abs are in. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Don't let the low back leave the floor. Abs are down. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Don't let the low back leave the floor. Abs in. Exhale. 3. Slide the leg. Inhale. Don't let the low back leave the floor. Abs in. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Don't let the low back leave the floor. Abs are in. Exhale. 5. All right, cool. So what you can do now is just walk yourself away from that platform, or you can kick it away, okay? All right. So now what we're going to do, now that we got hip flexion going, now we're going to do hip extension, okay? This is super duper important to practice extension, okay? So hip bridging, all right? So normally I've taught you guys kind of the hip width, hip bridge. Now what I want you to do is walk your legs out. So we're in what's called abduction. So if our legs are wanting to cave in like this, we don't want to give them any opportunity to. So we're going to move our leg out and move our leg out and slightly turn the feet out, like 10 degrees. Then your knees may want to be doing this. You got to push them out so there's a diagonal V, okay? And I don't mean to do this in the camera, but your legs instead of this are like this, okay? And then you're pushing out a little bit, all right? So we're going to be right there. So abs are in. Lock your shoulder blades down. Now again, with the hip bridge, it's not a spinal activity. It's all butt. So what I want you to do is abs in. Tip your pelvis back. Find those shoulder blades. So you should feel your low back. Now you're moving from right here, so you're just lifting up those hips about that much. So you feel your glutes kick in. You are not arching your back. If you feel it in your low back, you are using the wrong muscles. This is not a bad exercise. It's just that your low back may feel it. So you want to go slow and keep it low, and you're only going up about that far with your legs pointed out at about 30 degrees. Okay? All right. So abs are in. Tip the pelvis back. So you're going to kind of be, I want you to avoid pushing into your toes, avoid pushing back into your neck, avoid pushing into your quads, and I just want you to think about just lifting your hips, okay? If you push into your quads, you can send this into spasm. You can send this into spasm. And if you push back in your neck, you don't want to send your upper body into spasm. So you just have to get it right. It seems like it's super simple, but you've got to use those glutes. All right, here we go. So blades down, abs in, pelvis back. We got 8. Use that boot tag, all right? Ready, and go. So 1, 2, so from here. 3, squeeze that tush. Back down slow, barely touch. Do not let the hips tip forward. Find your low back, touch it to the floor, and up. 2, 2, 3. Back down, find that low back, touch it to the floor, and up. 3, right here. 2, 3. Back down, find your low back, and up. 4, 2, 3. Back down, find your low back, and up. 5, right here. You should feel that in that boot tag. I like saying boot tag, B-O-O-T-A-Y. I just like it. I don't know why. Boot tag. And up. 6, 2, and 3. Down, and up. And that's what you can say. Go into your neurologist. Like, well, what do you think's helped you the most with your walking? I'm working my boot tag. Last one. And up. Some of you will go do it. I know it. 8, 2, and 3. Right there. All right, back down. Brittany Marie, I know you will. Okay. All right. So we got hip flexion. We got hip extension. Now the other way to combat peggy legging, okay, is abduction, which means that our hip wants to go to the outside. Okay. Now, here's the the disclaimer here. A lot of you are going to try to be like, oh, this is just clamshells again. Clamshells is an external rotation. So see how my feet are locked like this? Down and up that way? That's an external rotation. Can you do this in this series? Absolutely. But what we want to work on is an abduction. So with the clamshell, my legs are at 45 degrees and I'm rotating up like this. With the abduction or the abduction, our legs are going to be flat. So we have a straight line going like this. Then what I want you to do is you're going to extend that bottom leg. So the bottom leg's going to be straight, and then your foot is actually going to be, can you see that? My foot is actually going to be on the ground to help me. So my foot never leaves the ground. Okay? So you kind of go into this hurdler stretch kind of thing. So your knees are bent, flat, body is straight. Literally, all you need to do is just straighten that bottom leg, and that foot will drop to the floor automatically. Now, this is super key. Abs are in, pelvic tilt back. So see what that does. Watch. Right when I move my pelvis forward, watch what happens to my leg. It lifts. Boom. I didn't do anything. You're already helping yourself out by pelvic tilting. See, watch. You see my belt right here? Watch. I'm going to tuck it. Boom. My leg lifts. There's already space here. You've got a head start. So the goal is, the true abduction is this, but a lot of times it's really hard for MSers for you guys to lift that whole big long lever. So we're cutting the lever in half. So we're going to be right here. Just let that leg lie, pelvic tilt, and it's a small motion. You're using that butte again, all right? So what you're doing is your abs are in, everything's up, and it's a lift straight up. You're not rotating back. So it's pelvic tilt, and then it's just up, 1, and you're using that butt, 2, back down. Now, if this is super hard, and you have a long enough strap, which you should, it should be about 6 feet or so, you can actually use a strap. So you're going to be this way, and you're going to help yourself. So you're this way, you're here, and it's here. If you can, reach down further, because then you have a shorter rope. Okay, short leash, baby. Keep your hip on a short leash. So you're this way, abs are in, pelvic tilt, and then lift. 1, 2, and back down. Okay, 2, 2, and back down. So real quick, because I want to make sure you got this. Bottom leg is here. Top leg is back like this, and we're just lifting up and back down. So we're using this, lifting up. So using this, not this, this, down, lifting up, okay? All right, so let's get back into it. Sorry, I just want to make sure everybody knew what I was doing there. Abs are in, legs are back. Get that strap under you. Body's flat this way, tip the pelvis, use the butte, and up. 1, 2, and back down. 2, 2, and back down. 3, 2, and back down. If you're feeling kind of randy, lift that whole foot. 4, 2. If you're feeling really good, lift all the way up. 5, 2, but keep your foot behind your hip joint. Up. 6, 2. Your knee is behind this hip joint. 7, 2, back down. Last one. 8, 2, and back down. Woo! All right, let's switch sides. Spinny, spinny, spinny. All right, so let's go through this again. Abs are in. Pelvic tilt. Drop the leg back. Butte, butte. Make sure you're pelvic tilted. And you're up. 1, 2. Remember, don't roll back. Up. It's small motion right here. 2. Down. Up. So imagine if you look at me in the camera, it literally looks like I don't have a lower leg, right? But if you watch the motion of my thigh, it's absolutely hip abduction. You just got to keep that pelvis pushed forward and down. Up. 5, 2, and 3. Look, I am really a pirate. I took my peg leg off to help you guys out with this. Down and up. Oh, man. 2. Down. I could talk like a pirate the rest of the time if you're B. If you'd so desire. Down. Because we're working that booty. 7, 2, back down. Last one. Let's go. 8, 2. Come on, Schwabies. And down. All right. Cool. Relax. All right. Now, I'm going to do this really quick. I was going to do this tomorrow, but I want to give you guys another opportunity to practice. So go ahead and slowly get to your feet or off your bed. Let me move the camera up just a sec. Okie doke. So, how the heck do we practice this, right? Okay. So, brakes on. Whoop. Now, what I want you to do is you're gonna practice not knee kissing, not circumducting. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be this way in your wheelie walker. I'll kind of go diagonal for you. You're going to lock your But, so you're going to pelvic tilt, you're going to lock that glute, you're going to find that, you're going to get to the very end of your walker, okay? And all you're going to do, you're going to try to lift that knee, kind of kick gently, touch, how about that? We're going to gently touch, we're going to try to touch our knee to our walker and then slide back. So it may be, you literally may only be able to do this. You only may be able to do this, but the key is pelvic tilt on your non-stepping leg. I'm sorry, squeeze your glute on your non-stepping leg. Don't let this knee hyperextend. Pelvic tilt, blades are down, and then however small it is, I do not care. You just gotta not do, you want to not do this. You want to not start the motion this way. You want to start the motion this way. So you want to pelvic tilt, start the motion forward. Start the motion forward. Start the motion forward. You don't want to go, you don't even want a little twinge of this. So you don't want, you won't want none of that, okay? You want to just lock that glute, and as much as you can, try and tip that pelvis back, lift the knee, and just step forward. Come back, right? So it's just lift the knee, step forward. Even if, look at this, I'm going 3 inches here. Even if it's just that, and then you need something to pull your leg back, that's fine. Glutes fired up, pelvic tilt. If you need something to hold on to, that's fine. Little step, and then just drag that foot back, or drop it down and step back, okay? Little step, and then drop it back. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you can actually do a full step and lean, where you're here, step and lean. Come back and pull. Pelvic tilt, step and lean. Touch that knee to your walker, okay? Come back. Step and lean. And come back, okay? So that's how you do it on a wheelie walker. If you got trekking poles, you can do the same jam. It's going to require a little bit more balance. And these are like uber small right now because I had someone using them the other day. Look, I have midget poles. All right, here we go. So if I have my poles proper, let's imagine they're up here. But check these out. I traded poles with one of my peeps. They're orange and black. All right. Thanks, Beth. All right. So what you're going to do here, it's the same deal. Locking that glute. Okay? You know you're going to step with this leg. So put your pole here. Lock that glute. Shoulder blades are down, so you're not up here. Shoulder blades are down. Tip that pelvis. Focus on just stepping forward. Okay? And then help yourself back by pushing on those poles. Okay? Tip the pelvis. Kick that leg forward. And come back. So from the side, tip that pelvis, squeeze that glute. Kick that leg forward. And come back. Now here's the thing too with the knee kiss. Make sure that you don't do this and fall to the inside. That's why it's little. Start out super small. Step. Make sure you're not falling to the inside. So find that glute. Push off. Okay? Glute lock, pelvic tip, pelvic tilt. Step. Make sure this doesn't fall to the side. Find that glute. Push back. Glute, tip, step. No kiss. And back. Glute, tip, step. No kiss. Find that glute on the front leg. Push back. Glute, tip, step. Boom. And come back. So literally you can use these walking poles or your wheelie walker or you could even do this on 2 arm crutches, okay? Lock those bad boys in, set it down, boom, and come back down. Just make sure you don't shrug. So push down into your handles on your crutches, tip the pelvis, abs in, boom, and come back. Boom, and come back. So it's not about completing the perfect step, you guys. It's about training your brain that when it goes to lift, when it goes to lift your leg, its first inclination is not to do this, not to do this. Or on this leg, not to do this before you step. So you want to get your pelvis set, your abs are in, so that the first move is forward, okay? The first move is pelvic tilt and forward. The first move is pelvic tilt and forward. Pelvic tilt and forward, okay? All right, so that's how we roll, all right? I went a little bit longer on that today. It's fine. I want you guys to practice that today because we're going to do that again tomorrow. So tomorrow, for Friday, is full circuit day. Remember, it's full circuit Friday. We switched that. It used to be Saturday, but Saturdays are now going to be MS Gym replays. So maybe I'll find the MS Hug video where we really go into depth on that with the hip flexors. I'll put that up on Saturday, okay? But for tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to release and stretch all the muscles that cause knee kiss, and then we're going to work it. Then we're going to get back down. We're going to release and stretch all the muscles that cause peg leg, and then we're going to work it, okay? I like the way you work it. Oh, diggity. All right, so that's it for today. If you like it, like it. If you want to comment, comment. You guys have a rock star day. Go practice. Work this. Practice on your bed. Take it slow. This stuff works. It's going to be difficult. You got to persist. You got to stay consistent. This is not a 1 or 2 day a week jam to get rid of peg leg and knee kiss. This is 6 or 7 days a week if you want to change your body. All right? So, we ain't in no sprint. We're in a marathon, baby. We're in a long-term relationship, you and me. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good day.